how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the brand new update of Empires of Europe 1700. This mod update comes with a brand new campaign map which better fits the time period it's trying to depict. It comes with field artillery, new animations, new units, and a ton of other really cool things such as a cleaner installation period. I will of course leave a link to this mod and the brand new update down below in the description if you want to check it out for yourself and start a brand new campaign. But before we dive in and check out all the brand new features in this epic update, a little word from today's sponsor. Are you ready to earn real rewards whilst having fun? Well, let me introduce you to Snacksy, the app that's changing the game. With Snacksy, you can earn over 100,000 rewards, including gift cards for Amazon, PayPal, PlayStation, and more. And if you're a gamer, you can even get your hands on rewards for games like Roblox, Fortnite, and many more. It's simple, legit, and available right now on Android. Whether you're earning through daily streaks, leveling up your experience points, or just having a blast, Snacksy has something for everyone. And here's the best part. This is brought to you by the creators of Enaba.com, so you know it's 100% trustworthy. Don't miss out and download Snacksy right now, earning rewards today. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to get started and help support the channel. Once again, a big shout out to Snacksy for supporting the channel. Okay, so here we are on the brand new campaign map, which stretches from all the way from Spain and Portugal all the way off across into the east, with new parts of the map being added, and obviously there are plenty of other places to expand to if the modders so want to. I think it does go without saying though just how vital Lemmy's Europe map was to projects like this, and I definitely have to give him a shout out. Many mods like this, I know the 1100 AD, which is made by the same people who made this, also used it, and so many other people used it to get their mods up and running, and then obviously now they're pushing on to making their own maps. It's the same as something like Eagle Rising as well, so I definitely think Lemmy deserves a massive shout out just for all the hard work that he's put into his map, and you know, just keep making it open source and allowing other people to mess around with it. But let's move on to the map itself right here. As you guys can see, the actual terrain itself, the map itself has a lot bigger features on the more important areas. Of course, Lemmy's Europe map was focused more around the medieval time period, whereas this being 1700s has a different kind of vibe to it right now. As you guys can see, the terrain does also look great. A lot of the details of like roads and other things haven't quite been implemented, but there are a lot more castles, and the modders themselves have actually picked exactly what castles should be implemented in. I think they said they handpicked every single one. There's even a nice little Irish area as well, so if you wanted to kind of build up your Irish rebellion, you definitely can do so. Again, when we make our way into France and Paris, you can see again a very nice setup. The Pyrenees as well, looking very nice. There's lots of terrain you can make your way over, and yeah, again, the entire structure of the map is very, very different. Mountains are depicted differently. The way the terrain is set up is depicted. Where the settlements are placed is completely different, and I think it definitely does suit this type of map. I'm very excited to mess around with it as we make our way off into Africa and we take a look at the other settlements right here. Again, Sicily. Again, it feels like a lot of the areas maybe in Lemmy's Europe map was a little bit clumped for what you need it to be in this map mod. So yeah, it's really impressive to see the modders going in, and again, I'm very excited to actually mess around with this and see exactly what you can do. Again, you've got the Alps blocking. There are a few paths through the Alps, but there's not many. And again, if we make our way over to Germany, again, a lot of the winding rivers causing, you know, kind of terrain, pushing people down certain ways, and then of course off into the wastes of Russia. Yeah, again, there's a lot of castles. I mean, just look at that. There are a lot of castles to mess around with, and this should hopefully make for some interesting wars between factions. And then even off into Turkey as well, you can see it's maybe not as mountainous as Lemmy's Europe map mod. Again, giving the AI, I guess, a bit more of a cleaner path to get around certain places. Overall, I'm really interested to see how this does actually play out. Again, of course, you have a lot of the Middle East right here with the River Jordan, I believe, set up right there, and you can even make your way over the desert down here as well into the south if you want to try and go from these places. You can do so for like some good old Eastern battles. Again, invading like Alexandria and stuff as Napoleon can be very fun, fighting a lot of desert themed battles with your musket. So speaking of musketmen, stuff has changed around quite a bit with the unit troop trees. Of course, they are continuing to improve and add in more assets, etc, for a lot of the units, but we now have a different setup. So all the kind of infantry type units, so all the musketmen and stuff, have all been moved to the range category now, and this will be quite big for the AI, because now the AI won't just be charging you with musketmen, they'll kind of act as if they are a gun line or act as if they're missiles, and they'll be making their way up. On the other hand, all the artillerymen, so all the French engineers, etc., will now be classed as infantry, so they'll be a bit more static right there setting up, and of course cavalry is set up as cavalry. French also have some really cool units as well, like this French shock troop that has a big old blunderbuss. You can kind of see in the picture right there. And then, of course, their melee weapon as well. So there's definitely a lot of unique things you can mess around with. All right, cool. So we are now in a battle. We can set up our artillery. I can show how the artillery works along with the new animations and also the sounds as well. The modder has himself gone ahead and recorded some authentic musket sounding fire, so hopefully that'll come out quite nicely as we've got a bunch of British line infantry. However, everybody is in faction colors, so you don't see the red coat unless I change my banner, which obviously I would do if I was playing as them. So to set up artillery, you do need at least 4 engineers. Per 4 engineers gives you a field cannon on the battlefield and gives you a battery per group. I think for every single formation you have at least 16 artillerymen, you'll be able to set up a battery of 4 cannons. However, if you go over that limit, that won't be the case. You basically need to set them up at the beginning of the battle as well. So this is like almost like fixed artillery. You need to find yourself a good firing position. This is not the best firing position because there is a massive hill in the way, but I don't really see anywhere else we could set up, so we can just do that. And then all you have to do is simply press K. There is no like prerequisite to this. You don't need to buy these cannons. I think it would be quite cool later on in the future that you actually do have to like buy and keep these supplied and do other things along them lines to make sure that these are functional. Don't know how obviously realistic that is. And then you of course have your front line right here. I assume the cannons are going to be able to absolutely just destroy them. Artillery will now only listen to range commands right there, and you can see the artillery is already firing right now and has already basically slaughtered the enemy. The animations themselves are, you know, still not anything crazy. It's like anyone's reloading, but you'll see them right there. You know, I think it's a good kind of medium between this. So we're in another battle as well, just because that one was pretty quick, obviously just showing it off. We'll put down the artillery in our 3-man battery right there. We have our front line as well. So there you go. You can hear the musket fire right there. You can hear the cannonball fire. Obviously, all of these sounds are authentic muskets as well, which is kind of cool. And again, you can see the reloads as well, which is quite cool as we get another volley off there and doing a pretty good job at trying to shoot them. Again, if we wanted to, we could tell our artillery to hold fire, and they would hold fire. They would obviously reload and stuff, but again, they are firing as the cavalry jumps their way in. The missiles themselves are pretty powerful as well. Like, these cannons can do some serious work. They don't explode, but they pierce, so they'll go through multiple people, which is a bit more historically, you know, until they obviously got the shrapnel shots and stuff like that. So these will kind of go through. I think it's quite a cool projectile. But right now as well, they do reload quite quickly, so I wouldn't mind seeing these slowing down a little bit on the reload. But yeah, honestly, the musket fire is pretty good as that course just gets absolutely obliterated. Again, different types of cannons will be cool to see as well. I think there are mortars in the mod, but I'm actually not 100% sure. And again, you can see the musket fire of these guys. I think the sounds are really cool. The new animations are good as well. Modders have also completely revamped as well the actual aesthetic of the muskets themselves. So they've gone in and redone all of the models, which again, I think look a really nice addition. And there's also different reasons to use different muskets now. So for example, the Jaeger rifle, I believe the modder said, reloads a lot faster, but is less accurate. Whereas if you go over to the Jazil right here, I think this is more accurate, but again, it takes a lot longer to reload. So there are actually, you know, kind of different ways you'd want to maybe equip your muskets right now. And again, I'm a big fan of that. I think being able to specialize these muskets and then giving them to faction soldiers. So for example, the Austrian muskets are very different to the British muskets, and kind of differentiating them that way in the type of the equipment, I think is a really cool addition. One thing to mention as well, I haven't got it set up right here, but I want to just mention it before we do end the video, is that all the artillery has also been changed in siege battles as well. So when you're sieging castles now, there will be cannons on the walls, and if you build catapults, I believe it's the catapults that they've changed, like all the catapults will also be field artillery as well. However, they've changed it so that they shoot kind of like canister shot or like grape shot, just because it's much more effective actually in the game. But again, that's a really cool feature that they kind of made it so you don't just have like catapults and trebuchets still firing in the 1700s. So that's going to wrap things up for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It helps out massively, and I really do appreciate it. Of course, go over and show some love to the modder. I think the new map is a big step forward for this mod, and I'm really excited to actually take a look at it myself. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.